Greetings and welcome to Sparkles and Blessings. I'm Ducky and I am here for another story. I have made it my quest to come up with 500 stories, just like my grandfather did. When I was young, we would go for walks, and every day he would tell me a story. On a really good day, he'd tell me two, and sometimes I even got 3 stories in a day. So I want my grandchildren to have lots of stories, and there's so much I never learned about my own parents and grandparents. I just wish I would have had some diaries, so I'd know what they were thinking and what was important to them. But today I'm going to go and talk about movies that made me cry. Yeah. There were movies that made me cry. The first movie I think I remember crying to was E.T. Just the thought of him bringing home flowers after he'd been gone for so long. Like in the end, it wasn't about him, it was about giving back to his people for coming and getting him. It had me bawling for a long time, all the way home, and we were camping then at the time, and into bed, into the night. Yeah. Another movie that really made me cry was Always with Richard Dreyfuss. And the ending got me, and I cried during that too. Okay, another movie that made me cry. Yes, there was a movie that made me cry. The worst one. It was called Finding Neverland with Johnny Depp. And the moment that the woman, I can't remember, Kate, the moment the woman dies and enters into heaven, the first time I watched it, I could feel a little tear forming. Okay, so I watched it. I wanted the kids to watch it, so I watched it again that evening. And yeah, I started to cry. I was getting all misty. I couldn't help it. So I don't know what happened, but it was on a third time. Maybe somebody else was watching it, or it was on Netflix or something. Kate Winslet was in it with Johnny Depp. And then came the final time I watched this movie. I was inconsolable. I was weeping. I was just beside myself with grief. And that is when my family made a firm pact between themselves, and that pact was they would never ever allow me to watch Finding Neverland again. So that is my story for today. We're planning on going home soon, so I don't have a lot of time left with my recording studio. Yay. So thank you for joining me. I hope you join me again. This is Ducky out.